Hi everyone, I hope you're doing great today. It's been a while. I have been really going through some things transformationally, working on the Healing and Surrender series, which is almost ready. But I kind of had an impasse because even though union is not the focus, literally 95% of my private readings are based upon that. People want to know what is blocking the path to union on both the divine feminine and the divine masculine side. So I thought we'd do that today to kind of see what the blockages are. And I always want to encourage people to remember that union is not the goal. It's not necessarily guaranteed. It's all about your growth and healing and choosing yourself. But in order to do that, you kind of need to see what happened and what went on. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's do the divine feminine first. So let's see, what is the first blockage for the divine feminine? All right, the rock star. There's something undiscovered or hidden from you. And I'm wondering if it's just in your energy or if it's something that occurred. What is being hidden from the divine feminine? Seven of Cups, Seven of Wands, and the Five of Cups. Oh, wow. So there's some confusion and guardedness that I think took place due to the regrets of the situation. Kind of like, well, if I would have done it this way, or if I had only done that, almost taking the blame completely for what went wrong. And I think what they're trying to tell you here is that there's something that you're not seeing to where it wouldn't have made a difference. Like you were exactly where you were supposed to be. Everything happened the way it was supposed to. And there's really nothing that could have been done to make that go differently. Why is the Seven of Cups and Seven of Wands here? The Knight of Swords. So someone communicated their feelings or what happened, what went awry, their thoughts, and it was either very painful. I don't think it was necessarily the full truth. So let's go to number 2 and see. Maybe that'll give us a little insight here. Okay, the canvas, creativity, new passions, or pursuits. It was time. This is definitely a catalyst card. Like this person was sent into your life to force necessary changes that needed to happen. A clean slate is needed. And also I'm getting the message coming through that a clean slate would be needed for this to work forward. And there's a lot of forgiveness still on the table there. Let's see if we can get the Fool, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's going to have to be a stable foundation, a brand new love offer, and a leap of faith. Like none of the old baggage, the Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups, Five of Cups, that's going to have to be completely forgiven, forgotten, and healed from. What about the third blockage? Deception with the Fox. Lies and deceit, trickery. Oh man, the divine feminine is going through it. They're telling me to get one more with the Fox. That ties into that forgiveness card with me. The Tribe, finding your home, bonding. That's a big self-sabotage feeling to me in there. I wouldn't be surprised if the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, King of Swords came out. The Queen of Wands, the Magician. It's a moment of truth and clarity. And, the King of Swords is very much in his masculine energy. And so it's almost like trying to find the practicality in the situation. Obviously, with love, some things are illogical. Some things you won't ever have that answer to. But it's almost like when this King of Swords found out the truth, why am I getting something is lost? Queen of Wands. The Empress and the Eight of Pentacles. Really, that is such a bizarre combo here. It's taking back your power, definitely, but it's also, don't deceive yourself. Like, look at the truth. Take the rose-colored glasses off for this person and see it for who they are. And in some cases, I think that they inspired quite a passion within you that you haven't felt like since that ended. The ancestors. So the ancestors have your back here. What about the 4th and 5th? There's the 4th. At odds, sunken hopes, and the lock. Feeling locked or trapped in a, feeling stuck or trapped in a situation. So it's almost like the blockages is a blockage. Some of you might be stuck in other situations, but it's more like, I feel like no matter which way I go, I can't resolve the blocks in between us. It's a very busy energy. Yeah, the lock. I feel trapped by this love with the 3 of Swords. Look at all these double numbers, all these 7, 7, and now 3 and 3. Like, I feel like, I just keep hearing, like, I feel like the heart, the longer it goes on, the worse it seems to hurt for some reason. Let's get one more clarifier for that. Temperance. Yeah, divine timing. So that is like a complete feeling stuck and having a difficult time surrendering. What about at odds and sunken hopes? Judgment. Like this is never going to come back around. 8 of Swords, feeling trapped in it. Maybe feeling like you'll never feel that way again for anyone. So really the feminine just needs to get out of her own way. 9 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So that's like basically saying they're never going to contact me again. I'm never going to have that level of happiness unless I get into union. And that is going to be one of the biggest blocks and the toughest one to get past. Because we'd like to think that, you know, union is guaranteed, but everyone has free will. And it's really, really important to be able to choose yourself, because if you don't let this person go and choose yourself, the energy will never be balanced because they're choosing themselves. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over to the masculine side. What's the first blockage for the divine masculine? Inner wisdom and deep knowing. He's not listening to his intuition about the situation, about the feminine. I think he's thinking about it from the King of Swords standpoint, trying to do it logically instead of listening to his heart space. The 3 of Wands. So he's got just all these expectations. Like if it's going to happen again, it will come back around. Wow. Now the interesting thing here is there's the 6 of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Wands. So that's in, why would that be a blockage? Because he's not the one taking action. That just came in very clear. He has this deep knowing everything's going to work out when it's supposed to work out. He's kind of surrendered, but that is keeping him basically from taking action because he's putting it in the universe's hands. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords. So he's less worried that, you know, about union. He thinks it's just going to come back if it comes back all on its own. What about the second blockage? Let me get 2 here. Rose-colored glasses. Distorted views regarding a person or situation, glossing over the truth. And then offense. The ball is in your court. They have a totally different perception of what, in perspective, I think, is what I meant to say, of what this relationship was or how it ended, how it went down. And that's interesting. It goes right in hand with the rock star there. The High Priestess. There's that secret, deep knowing, and the Hermit. So did someone go quiet? There's 2 2s there. And for some reason, September 2nd or 9-2 is really sticking out. And now we have the 7 of Wands and the King of Swords. So yes, he's thinking of this from his head space, not his heart space, and he's guarded against it because his perception is completely different, blocking his own happiness with the sun. I think he thinks that it made him happy for different reasons. Oh crap, now I don't remember which deck. I had these separate. Yeah, this is the one I need. All right, what about the third blockage? Seesaw, back and forth energy. Very 2 of Pentacles, back and forth. Do I want this? Can I do this? Probably since he doesn't really understand the connection, it's the energy, of course, goes in and out and in and out. And he probably goes back and forth on, there's the Hangman. That's so funny. Do I contact? Do I not contact? Yeah. Will this make me happy? We have the Hangman, the Ten of Cups, and the Eight of Wands with the Strength card. So he needs to get the courage to come forward and admit what he did wrong, and then also come in right, so that, you know, the same cycle doesn't repeat himself, to be able to give you what you need and deserve. But see how his is a lot more King of Swords and logical than up here with the feminine, who's going through all of these wands and cups and, you know, the painful swords like the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords. It's really interesting. Let's see. What about number 4 and 5 for the Divine Masculine? Baggage card, holding on to past events and or relationships. Okay. And the lock. You guys got the lock in the same spot. Very much trapped by trauma of past relationships. Some of them might also be trapped in an actual relationship, but we'll get to that in a second. Holding on to past events, and I feel like they're not even necessarily about you. I think it's how their heart has been broken in the past, things that were done to them to where they don't trust love at all in some ways, but especially if it's very intense, you know, and they're terrified of that for some reason. And look, we've got 2 2s again. I mean, the number syncs in here are crazy. But there's that 2 of Pentacles, back and forth, unable to let go, unable to make a decision. With the 2 of Cups, about a soulmate, Ace of Wands, passionate new beginning, correspondence with the 4 of Swords. Still, they still need to be healed from something that happened in the past. So what about this lock? Look at this. Also the 7 of Cups. So they're confused because I think the intensity of it, honestly, they don't know how to balance the energy. It scares them to death. They can't let it go with the 9 of Wands. But also I feel like they can't let go of whatever life they have now, whether they're with someone else or not. Maybe they're too focused on the 3D. We have the Queen of Swords and then the 10 of Pentacles. They would have to make that decision to come forward, to cut out all the stuff that they're holding on to have this solid foundation going forward. So it's interesting, all the mirrored energy that's going on here. Let's see what else. The Hierophant and the 5 of Wands. They might have issues with commitment, or they could be stuck in another commitment right now. And for whatever reason, there's a lot of conflict or things going on to where they're not able to leave. I don't think that'll be for everyone, though. Okay, so how do we want to wrap this up? Let me go ahead and get this deck. And this is pretty blunt with advice here. So advice for the Divine Feminine on her journey to release these blocks, please. All right, get out of your head overanalysis. Definitely. Stop overthinking. This is this right here. What went wrong? What am I not seeing? Trying to find out, you know, that missing piece of information. Worries and anxieties. That 8 of Swords. Upcoming Tower moment, pending or required. And see the truth of the matter. That's interesting about this upcoming Tower moment. I'm going to get some clarifiers on that. But I do think that the truth of the matter is to get rid of all this guardedness and this confusion. When someone hurts us and it was perfect and then it goes to shit, we have a tendency to not be vulnerable, to guard our heart, to be scared because, you know, if something that was great ended for no reason, what's the next thing going to be? Basically, don't lose that. We need more vulnerable, honest openness in this world. Because if everybody knew exactly where they stood in all their relationships and how the other person was feeling, the world would be a much, much better place. Don't lose that. It's very hard to get it back if you do. So what's this Tower moment that's pending or required? That Knight of Swords. The Tower. Yeah, the Tower is coming for the Divine Feminine. And I feel like that Knight of Swords is communication that's going to be kind of painful. Or or blunt. King of Cups, Page of Swords, the Empress, the Tower, and the Knight of Swords. That's not bad. I think for the first time, it's like really standing up and choosing you. Or this masculine will be communicating information that, I don't know if he's going to communicate it right with the King of Cups here. What about this Knight of Swords? Page of Pentacles, Three of Cups. So some of them you're going to find out about a third party. Like they might have moved on temporarily, have a karmic in the midst. For others of you, Queen of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Page of Pentacles, it's going to be them communicating. All of this stuff that will clear up the confusion. But for the most of you, I think it's going to be, yeah, some troubling news maybe, or some information. They might not directly communicate this to you. You might see it on your own with the Page of Swords. You do a little investigating. Don't get discouraged by that, because really, like we all know, you have to surrender and move on completely before it will ever work anyway, right? So that might just be something that's fated for them to go through, for you to go through, to work on your healing and growth. And that doesn't mean anything about the outcome in the future, okay? So what about for the Divine Masculine? Whoops. All right, so for some of the Divine Masculines, they're in situations either with their job or with partners that they're not happy with. Because we have time for big decisions. What would make you happy? What is best for you? With let this go and move forward, I feel like that's the baggage. And also the seesaw energy and the lock, actually. With job or partnerships, parental influences, and then this is your issue and yours alone. Analyze why you feel this way and heal that within yourself. Accept this for what it is and move forward. It could be for some of them, they're in situations that they're in because they don't want to disappoint their family. That's coming in pretty clear. But I do think that with the issue that's theirs and theirs alone is all of this stuff. Their perception, how they see things, getting in their own way from being scared to move forward, to come forward. And they need to let go of all the stuff that doesn't serve them for their highest good. Real quick, let's get a clarifier on that. What is this big decision that the masculine needs to make? Oh my goodness, there goes the Three of Cups. The Six of Cups. Look at that, Six of Cups, Three of Cups, guys. That's crazy. This is literally, they need to make a decision for their own happiness with a past life soulmate or someone that, I mean, is very significant that they've been on the fence again with that Two of Pentacles. It's been a long time coming around, the Knight of Pentacles, but it's time to make a decision for their own happiness. And it sounds like that, you know, they're coming forward. Okay, I think I was going to get, yeah, let's get some initial cards to see. So if these initials come out, it could represent city, state, the initials of your person, but we're going to try to drill it down to see who this message is meant for today. So let's get a couple here. All right. Oh, look at that, RX. Why am I hearing prescription? That's funny. A P, an M, and a T. So RX, PMT. If you're dealing with any of those initials or that means anything to you, there might be a message here. So I hope you enjoyed this reading today. All the info you needed to know is listed down below. And please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back soon with another message. So love and light, and take care.